And as the world marks the World Day for Decent Work, stakeholders across the financial and labor sectors have reiterated the importance of promoting decent work. The stakeholders of promoting decent work, the stakeholders made their position known Tuesday at a commemorative forum organized by the Association of Senior Staff of Banks, Insurance and Financial Institutions, ASBIFI, in Lagos. More details in this report.
As the world continues to grapple with economic and social challenges, the call for decent work, social justice, and inclusive economic growth has never been more urgent. Speaking at the World Day for Decent Work organized by the Association of Senior Staff of Banks, Insurance and Financial Institutions, ASBIFI, the President, Comrade Olusoji Oluwole, emphasizes the crucial role of trade unions in advocating for decent work as he highlights the persistent challenges workers face, including unfair remuneration, exclusion from decision-making processes, and structural inequalities.
ASBIFI condemns management's deliberate perpetration of unfair labor practices by frustrating the renewal of the sector-wide collective bargaining agreement that has been due since 2007. This deliberate disregard for the renewal of the CBA undermines international labor standards. We also urge the government to intervene and uphold Nigeria's obligation under the ILO Convention 98 on Collective Bargaining Agreement, which is ratified by our country. And the AI revolution is shaping and revolutionizing the world of work. Adaptability is key to survival in the workplace.
Some of these include ethical and inclusive workplaces through knowledge sharing sessions for our employers, because we preach responsible business conduct. We say that to our businesses, and we are not afraid to call them out when we feel that they are not complying with the rule of law.
Also represented at the event, Comrade Jimo Oyibo, President of Food, Beverage and Tobacco Senior Staff Association FAPTOB, who was represented by Clem Undubisi in his remarks, stresses the importance of unity and collective action in the pursuit of a democracy that guarantees social justice and advances the rights of workers.
Democracy must never be reduced to periodic elections or hollow promises. For workers, democracy must mean participation, accountability, and responsiveness to the needs of citizens. It must translate into fair wages, safe workplaces, social protection, and freedom of association. A democracy that does not deliver these things is democracy in name, but not in practice.
In her contribution, Remi Ihejirika of Frederick Ebert Stefan said the initiatives are focused on promoting decent work in all sectors. She calls on organized labor unions to adopt more dynamic and strategic approaches in their advocacy, emphasizing the need for freedom of expression, respect for workers' rights, and improved working conditions.
We are in are challenging times for unions. The times we are in it's not going to be business as usual. The events in the last 3 weeks have told us that the industrial relations climate is changing, and as unions in the private sector, we need to change, we need to strategize, we need to go and learn to do things differently. If there's anything we will learn from the crisis in Penderson, with Penderson and Dangote, is that we need to begin to do things in very innovative ways.
A panel discussion formed the major highlights of the event, where these speakers examined the barriers to achieving decent work, which includes poor working conditions, a lack of empathy from employers, and the limited legal protections for workers.
We need to think beyond the scope of possibility. And of course, what that implies is that where 800 workers were just sacked immediately because they choose to belong a union. That is other freedom of association, which is guaranteed under Section 40 of the Nigerian Constitution, and of course ratified by High Law Convention itself. It shows clearly that from all angles, for choosing to belong a union and they just serve them as a friend, it is a serious signal. And with the fight back of Pegasus, the ruling elite on their own that they figure that if this system permits and Pegasus will be able to overturn them, it shows clearly that they will not have a place again to dominate and overreaching the labor movement. And that's why you will see clearly that in the contemporary world, nobody is talking the right of those workers that have been sacked. Even when you want to retrench, Section 20 of Labour Act specified others.
The panelists agreed that the rights of workers are sacrosanct and stressed the need for employers to demonstrate a greater empathy and accountability. The theme, democracy that delivers decent jobs, is thoroughly deliberated upon, with stakeholders agreeing that democratic systems must ensure that employment not only exists but meets the criteria of decency, which includes dignity, safety, fair wages, and security. Adenike Owoye Ajiboye, Super Screen News.